Good evening, fam. Twisted Beard, Good Mofos R5, here with you today. Hope everybody's having a lovely afternoon, morning, evening, whatever it is, wherever you are. Going to do our next technology tutorial, next tech vid today here. We're going to be taking a look at the most recent tech to have come out, which is Melee Legion Charge. So, yeah, let's waste no time, jump right into Melee Legion Charge. So, Melee Legion Charge, before we even jump in, is another X12 tech, kind of the sister tech to Melee Legion Defense. Like Melee Legion Defense, I suspect that Melee Legion Charge is probably going to give a very serious amount of cop points and increase to your tech power when looking at it in your hero information. That said, that's just kind of superficial, the latter one there. So not really that important other than a feel-good thing. But I'm sure it is going to be similar to Melee Legion Defense in that way, which does give a lot of points for that. So that said, I have had a chance to go over Melee Legion Charge a bit here in the hour or so leading up to the video. So I have taken a look. It's a decent tech. It's not a standout tech. Yeah, I mean, it's passable, but it's nothing anybody's going to be really doing backflips over. But let's just take it from the top and go through it real quick. So first row, we've got Blade Assault Archer, which is Archer Siege Might increase of 0.5%. It's only costing 1.3k for that 0.5%. So this tech, like most techs, maybe all techs, is going to be a lot cheaper in the beginning than it is when you get further on down. So at least for this beginning part, looking at it in from the vantage of full percentage points. So to get a full percentage point at 1.3k of Archer Siege Might is going to cost 2.6k war badges. It is a 2-level specific tech in that it's just for archers and that it's just for siege, but still not terrible overall. So as I work on my other techs, finishing up Dragon Blood Blessing, probably solid tactics after that, I'll probably chip away at the front of this Melee Legion Charge tech and just get the stuff that's, inexpensive done. Try and get down to this skill sooner versus later. The middle skills are generally the best of the lot, not always, but usually. And this one is a tactical might increase. So anyways, first row, Siege Might, and it's going to be the same, all three kinds. So we've got Footman Siege Might, Cavalry Siege Might, Archer Siege Might. So I'm sure all these rows of three are going to be the same way. So this one's Archer again, Siege Resistance, and again, 0.5% increase, which isn't bad. And it's all, as you can see, it's already jumping up to 2.6k for that level 1 versus the 1.3k where it was behind that. So that said, again, it's 2-level specific. Archer siege resistance, cavalry siege resistance, footman siege resistance, so 2-level specific. And so this one, as a tech tree, is already losing kind of some of its juice that it had from that first row, where it was really some just kind of easy, low-hanging fruit to get. Not that this is expensive terribly, but yeah. It's all right. But anyways, I would probably do these first 2 rows as soon as you can, because they are going to be relatively cheap, and then get to this, because we always want to get tactical might, tactical resistance whenever we can access it easily, along with, damage, HP. Those are kind of, the big ones. So I will say before I go any further, and you'll find it in the playlist, the technology playlist on our page, we did a long overall technology tutorial some months back, and I would steer you there. We're going to do the tutorials on these individual techs, definitely, but to really understand technology and to make your own decisions on what you want to chase and where you want to be, I would recommend giving that video certainly a watch, and that should help you to grasp, everything regarding technology that much better and just help you make, better decisions generally. But anyways, back to Melee Legion charge. So after this row of 3, we're into the all units tactical might increases court guard. This is the one we want. It is a little bit expensive, starting at 5.4k war badges, but it's a good skill. It's very broad, so this is tactical might for all your legions in all situations. It's not, archer siege. It's tactical might everything. So this is a very good tech, one that we want to reach. Good skill tech, whatever we call it, that we want to reach and get unlocked as soon as we can. After that, I think these all relate to class. Yeah, so class Legion, Legion 1, Legion 2, Legion 3, and it's resistance, half-point jump, 1.4k war badges, so not terribly onerous on the price, not too bad. You are going to be able to get through this 20 level tech pretty inexpensively. And then repeat for all 4 of your legions there. And then that's going to get us to troop and might resistance increase. This is also a good tech. It's a half-point jump. It is might and resistance in the broadest sense. So not specific at all to certain troop types or situations, but just broad troop might and resistance increase. It's 10 levels, so that's going to be a 5% jump to might and resistance by the time we get done with this one. So that's pretty decent. That's pretty passable. So good one to chase, and it's not going to be too terribly expensive to reach that one, it doesn't look like. So just beyond that, we have got all units might increase in the class Legion. So again, this is going to be class specific. So this batch of 4 is going to be Legion resistance for all 4 legions, and then this one's going to be might for all 4 legions. Is how that's looking. Below that, all units tactical resistance increases, so that's a good one. And again, it's usually those middle skills that are going to bring you the best stuff, and that's certainly the case with Melee Legion charge. So those are the ones you want to try and reach. But all units tactical resistance increase by 0.5%. That's going to be a 5% total jump, starting off at 6.9k war badges, so a little bit expensive, but it's a good tech. It's 10 level. So all soldiers siege resistance increases. This one is less good, and even more expensive. But all soldiers siege resistance increases 0.5%, 10 level, that's going to be 5%. By the time it's done, that's going to be expensive to get through that one without huge benefits to it, but that's what happens when you start getting closer towards the end sometimes. Just below that, we've got a might increase, 0.5% again, 3.8k war badges, so not horrible, 20 level. It's going to increase each level, so theoretically, 3.8k times 20, that's just shy of 80k right there. After the increases per level, it's probably going to be about 100k war badges to get through, up to level 20 on this one, just to kind of give you an idea of what it's likely going to look like. But that's to increase might. It's a 0.5% increase, so it's going to be a 10% increase by the time you get done. So definitely starting to get expensive down here. And, again, we're just getting basic resistance here. One level specific in that it's footman, archer, cavalry. But broad use. Again, kind of expensive. Going to be starting off at 3.9K. It's 20 level. So, not cheap. The one after that, this one is better. So obviously better. We've hit points here. This one's only 10 level. It is a 0.5% jump, so that's going to be a 5% increase to our HP for all 3 unit types. And HP, whenever we can get it, we definitely want that. All right, on to the middle skills again. All soldier siege might increases. That's really weak for a middle skill, but it is what it is. 0.5% increase, 8.2K expense. So I don't, this is not even cool right here. So super expensive and just not that great of a skill. So kind of garbage. This one's better in that it's going to give you HP. It's relatively broad, siege attacker, quite expensive, only 10 level. But still one that you want to access and then get done as soon as you can, because it is HP. And then if memory serves, this last skill is pretty decent. I think it's damage. Yep. Increase all soldiers' damage dealt. So that's the best skill in the whole tree right there. It's damage, which is the most important combat statistic, and it's in the broadest sense. So it's all soldiers all the time. Damage increase, 0.5% jump, 10 levels, so that's going to be a 5% increase to everybody's damage in all situations. It is very expensive, starting off at 26K. By the time this one's done at 10 levels, I'm sure it's going to be over 300K by a good little bit. So expensive, but at the same time it is damage, so kind of worth chasing once you get to that point in the tree. So that said, melee Legion charge, it's okay, it's not a priority, honestly, versus some other ones, if you ask me, but it's all right. I think it's, there's nothing in here that's super special, super needed, like, oh my God, I need that, so there's nothing in here like that. There's certainly things that are helpful, but generally speaking, reaching them is very expensive, and there are other tech trees out there where I feel like you get better bang for your buck in terms of war badge cost and in terms of the quality of those middle row, kind of special skills. So, that said, I'll get to this one. I'll certainly get to this one. I'll chip away at it, but I'm not rushing to get it done. Like the first time I saw Faithful Guard, I pretty much I don't even know if I finished up what I was working on or not, but I knew there and then that's what I was going for next. Absolutely. I don't get that feeling from melee Legion charge at all, Jumping back to looking at some of the techs that are accompanying it. So, assuming you got everything generally done up to the point where you see on my screen. I guess you can see what I've been prioritizing. Everybody's gameplay and role and style and all that's different, so it's not as if you should exactly replicate me, but for my game and my castle and the way I play and what I'm expected to do, this is kind of how I've been going about it. For me right now, just getting ready to walk into, X27 now. I'm going to finish Dragon Blood Blessing. That's going to be my priority right now, is finishing Dragon Blood Blessing. I've hit the sweet spot at the very end where it's just pure HP. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on today. Today's tech day. So I'll be working on that today and this week. After that, I will pick away, at the very front of melee Legion charge. I'll make it down to Court Guard here. Might even make it down to balance tactics, but after that I'm going to really slow down with this one. And you know, as you can see, just kind of how I picked away at the front of Solid Tactics to get the low-hanging fruit while I was continuing to push on Dragon Blood Blessing. So what I'll do next, I believe, after I finish Dragon Blood Blessing, is I will bounce over to Solid Tactics and push Solid Tactics really hard. I'm not as excited about Solid Tactics as I was about Dragon Blood Blessing, but I still think it's a better tech than Melee Legion Charge, pound for pound, all in all. So I'm going to Solid Tactics next. By the time I'm done with Solid Tactics, Melee Legion Charge will probably be sitting at 20-25% if I had to guess. When I'm done with Solid Tactics, well, that's video for another day, I guess. But Melee Legion Charge is looking, you know, lower side of passable to me. I'm not excited about it. I'm not, you know, staying away from it like, oh my God, this is a total waste. But it's you know, not the best. They can't all be the best. They're not all going to be the worst. This one's kind of middle of the road. So that said, we're going to keep knocking out some more tech videos for you guys as fast as we can. We did just take a poll on our YouTube page, and tech was what you guys wanted to hear about the most, at least those of you that voted. So thank you very much for that. Definitely appreciate that feedback and trying to respond to it accordingly. Please drop us a comment. 7 words for the algorithm helps a lot. We'd love to hear from you. Like to know who's watching, what state you're in, what's your game name, what's your alliance, how's things going, how's your tech coming along. Let's keep the conversation rolling, and, you know, I'll get to know each other a little bit better, and, you know, who knows, we might bump into each other this coming Eden or the one after that or whatever. So always good to know the community. Remember to like the video. Appreciate that a lot, and it does help with the algorithm as well. If you would be so kind as to subscribe, we are very close to our first 500 followers right now, and we're trying to get over that hill and on to 1,000 here as fast as we can. We'd love to see you as part of our official Good Mofos subscribed community, so appreciate that, and please do remember to share the video, if you'd be so kind, on your Viber, on your Discord, wherever your alliance is congregating. Really appreciate all the shares. It's been helping tremendously in terms of building the audience and giving us the encouragement to keep banging away with more and more of these for you guys. So hope you enjoyed this one. Lots more to come. Until then, best wishes from all of us here at the Good Mofos, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye. Cheers.